You are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on articles. So we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on articles. And before we start with our lesson, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. We're going to log in with a username as well as a password. And then select the subject of language arts. And then grade 2. So once we've selected the subject of language arts, and then grade 2, and then we are going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of articles. So we scroll down up until we get to the we scrolled down up until we get to the article of or the the chapter of articles. All right, so an article, right? So before we start with what an article is, our chapter is articles. Our subject is English language arts. The lesson that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of articles is to identify articles and to use articles, which is a or an. So we're going to identify articles, and then we're also going to use articles and articles that are a or an. So we're going to basically give a brief as to what articles is and then how we can use a and how we can use an. So basically a, right? Or an and even the are special adjectives. So basically the letter A and or the we call them special, right? So they are special adjectives. And these special adjectives we call articles. And when you use one of these articles, right? Like if we use a, if we use a, so with a, right? A comes before, basically before a noun, where the first letter of that word starts with a consonant. So, for example, we have A, B, C, and so on. So, everything that is not a vowel is a consonant. And when we use a, then we say things like a ball, a girl, or we can even say a bucket. Just an example, right? Which means that whenever we use the word, like let's say the article a, right, then we basically use it in front of a word that starts with a consonant. Then we have an. So we said when we have a, for example, right? If we have a, then we have things like maybe a ball, a girl, a bucket. But now when we have a, right? N, then it means that n, when we start our either let's say when we start a sentence or write a sentence, and then n is also in there, right? Then n is an adjective that comes before a noun that starts with a vowel. And you know there's five vowels, which is a, e, I, o, u. So we can say things like an apple, an orange, right? And if you look at the words right in front, those are, it starts with a vowel, right? So it starts with a vowel, that is N. Then we have the, right? So the is also basically just a one of our articles. So we see that an article is a word used to modify a noun, right? So an article is a word used to modify a noun, and a noun which is a person, place, object, or idea. And an article, it comes before a noun, right? I made mention earlier on that an article comes before a noun and to show it's specific or general. So in English, there are three articles. We have a and the. And an example is I have read a book and my mom bought an umbrella. Let's think of the, or yeah, the article. All right, so we can basically just say that the weather was so nice. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. So we are doing our lesson on a plus students.ca. So that is where we are going to turn to now. We are now on a plus students.ca. So we are about articles. And we said that one of the lessons is to identify articles, and the other one is to use the correct article, which is a or an. So now we're going into the lesson of identify articles. We need to select the correct article, right? Blake has a gold and black kitten. So Blake has a gold and black kitten. We need to basically select the article within that sentence. The article. What is the article within that sentence? All right, so if we select the article within that sentence, and then we are going to say it is a, because Blake has a gold and black kitten. Articles, right? And articles are a or the, not or, so a and the, a and the. And a and the, they are, let's say, it's special adjectives, which we call articles. All right. So we said, for example, if we use the word a, then it shouldn't, let's say the word, the noun, it shouldn't start with a vowel. Like, for example, a banana. And then we have the oranges, the oranges. So we have a banana, right? And a banana refers to B, meaning that it is not a vowel, which is a consonant. So we say it's a banana because it's a consonant that it starts with. Then we have apple, an apple. And we call the a, the, and we call them articles. All right. Julie saw an unhappy dog on television. So Judy saw an unhappy dog on television. So we need to select the article. So Julie saw an unhappy dog on television. unhappy. All right, so we select the article, right? And the article is basically a, which comes before a noun that starts with a consonant, N, which starts with a noun that starts with a vowel, and then we have the oranges. And then Julie saw an umbrella dog on television. So we say the oranges. All right, so now we need to select the article. Do you have a bag for your books? Do you have a bag for your books? Like a book bag. So do you have a bag for your books? All right, let's go to the test. So we need to select the article. Martha should not climb up the ladder. Martin should not climb up the ladder. We need to select the article within that sentence. Is it should or the? So if we select the correct article, we will choose the. So Martha should not climb up the ladder. So the is our article. Now we need to select the article. The most important thing is doing your best. So the most important thing is doing your best. So the most important thing is doing your best. All right. So if they say the most important thing is to do is your best, right? So the if they say the most important thing is doing your best, Remember, we are doing articles, right? Articles are a, an, or the. And then we need to select, oh, was the. And the is correct. So there's a chance of high rain today. So there's a chance of high rain today. Is it rain or a? There is a chance of heavy rain today. So if we select the join the article, we will say a because it says there is a chance of heavy rain today. So that is so now we're going to select the article. There is a chance of heavy rain today. Oh, and we said a. So a is correct. Remember, if we are selecting the articles, right? Articles are a, an, and the, right? So the articles, basically are a, it's an, and it's the. And I will write a short story about my dog, Teddy. So let's say A. All right, so now we're going to select the articles. And I will write a short story or a story about my dog, Teddy. So I will write a story. So a story about my dog, Teddy. So A being good job. And that's a good idea for my story. So A, good idea. A. All right, so now we're going to use the correct articles A and N. So we need to basically know the difference between how and when to use A and how and when to use N, right? Because sometimes when we talk, we sometimes say an and ball or a For example, let me see. A apple, right? So we don't say a apple and we don't say an ball because then it means it is incorrect, right? So we use an a if we have words such as it's basically just words that is used or that is said and the noun before or let's say the noun after this article, right, starts with a consonant. And then we have an. And we use a if, for example, we have a noun that either starts with one of the vowels. And the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So say for example, we have apple, right? Then we can say, for example, that specific word. So we say an apple. Then we say an, if we maybe use this as elephant. Exchange. So we have A for apple, we have E for elephant, and then also C, D, and E. All right, so we basically gave a little description of when to use, for example, words that immediately comes after an article, right? So basically, Russell quickly gave the teacher. So we can say an answer. So it's an answer. And a and you are special adjectives, which is called articles. And we use a if the word next to starts with a consonant sound. And then we use and if the next word starts with a vowel sound. Nice. So I asked for God a banana. She asked for an apple, right? So we use a if the next word starts either with a consonant sound. And we said a consonant sound is all the other letters in the alphabet except A, E, I, O, U. So we say that we use a if the next step or the next word starts with a consonant verb. And then we use an if the next word starts with a vowel. I asked for a banana, right? And as you can see, a is in front of banana. All right. And then we have an. And we said if the n word starts with a vowel sound, we need to use an if the word starts with a vowel sound. And an example is I asked for a banana, and she asked for an apple. If we look at this sentence, right, it says complete the sentence with the best article. My mom takes to get to the bus. So we can say my mom takes bus to school to get to work. So we can say a bus. So we say a. And then Carly had apple and some eggs for breakfast. So Carly had people and some eggs for breakfast. So now let's go to number 3, which says complete the sentence with the best articles. And we already had that one. Let's see. We have that too. That is actually the last one. So we are by a or an, which are very special adjectives, and we call them articles. Let's go to our test. We need to complete the sentence with the best article. We will need, do we say an flashlight in the dark room? Or we will need a flashlight, an flashlight, sorry, or a flashlight. All right, so we need to complete the sentence with those with the base articles. We will need, do we say an flashlight in the dark room or a flashlight in this dark room? All right, so we're going to say we will need a flashlight. So good job. How far can you kick an football, or do we say a football? And how far can you kick an football, or how far can you kick a football? All right, so we can say how far can you kick a football? A. So we're going to complete the sentence with the base article. I know that. Do we say I know that a whale is not a fish, or I know that an whale is not a fish? So I know that a whale is not a fish, or I know that an whale is not a fish. A or an. All right, so we can say I know that a whale is not a fish. So well done. And I don't want to ride, do we say an old pink bicycle or a old pink bicycle? So I don't want to ride, do we say an old pink bicycle or a pink old bicycle? So I want to ride, we can say a. I don't want to ride a old. No, it's an old pink bicycle. And then Jake will tell us funny jokes. So Jake will tell us funny jokes. So Jake will tell us so we can say. So we need to complete the sentence with the base article. Jake will tell us funny jokes. So Jake will tell us, we can say a funny jokes or a funny joke, not jokes. And the tree near the house is, do we say a oak tree or it's an oak tree? A oak tree or an oak tree? So we say the tree near the house is. So we're saying that the tree near the house is an old oak tree. An old oak tree. And as you can see, oak starts with a vowel sound. And they bought an apartment near a beautiful park. So they bought an apartment near a beautiful park. So we bought an apartment which is near a beautiful pink. So we said they bought an. All right, so now we're gonna go to. Oh, sorry. We already used it. We already used it. So basically, this is the end of our lesson on articles. We said articles are a, an, and the, right? And when we use either one of these three, and then we basically need to know the difference, right? So we use the word a, the article a, in front of, let's say, a noun, right? So we put it in front of a noun that basically starts with a consonant. So, for example, a baby, a couch, right? But as soon as we use the word an, which is a an, a in, this is also an article, right? And we use an when, for example, we use when our noun starts with a vowel, which is a e i o u, right? So that is basically articles, right? Articles are words that comes just before the noun or the noun comes after the articles, right? And we said the articles are a, an, and the. So now grade 2, this is the end of our lesson on articles. Really hope you had a good day. Till next time, goodbye.